For thousands of years, Krampus came not to reward, but to punish.
Then you put the cross on the door to protect yourself from Krampus, right?
I don't know if it's a demon or a devil or just some hungry thing from some dark place in time.
Deep within the darkest shadows of the Austrian Alps, a tale unfolds that crosses the boundaries of the Christmas season and enters into the grotesque. As the world revels in the spirit of giving, a narrative steeped in historical facts and intriguing connections to the mysterious, this is the fascinating and enigmatic account of Krampus, the Christmas demon whose historical roots intersect with the shadowy history of the biblical Nephilim. In this End Times Productions special report, we will examine the link between folklore and fact and peer into the darkest depths of reality. Krampus's historical presence dates back centuries, firmly rooted in the traditions of the Alpine region. Krampusnacht, observed on December 5th, the eve of St. Nicholas Day, holds historical significance. While Santa Claus rewards virtuous children with gifts, Krampus descends upon the population, targeting children who sometimes disappear into the night, never to be seen again. His grotesque visage, with twisted horns and cloven hooves, reflects historical depictions of otherworldly beings. Could Krampus be a historical manifestation of demonic beings as mentioned in ancient texts? The eerie presence of Krampus transcends Krampusnacht alone. Throughout the historical winter months, reports emerge of strange occurrences in these villages. Cryptic symbols etched into the snow, eerie tracks leading into the depths of the forest, and chilling howls that pierce the dead silence of the cold winter night. Locals recount historical sightings, evoking tales of glowing eyes and shadowy figures lurking just beyond the edge of sight where the light refuses to shine. Scholars and researchers have documented Krampus traditions and their historical context in various academic studies and publications. These sources offer insights into the historical and cultural aspects of Krampus. From the website earthstories.com, quote, St. Nicholas, with his long white beard, rewards the well-behaved with gifts each year on 6th December. His scary counterpart, Krampus, wears fur, horns, and a hand-carved mask with a lolling tongue. He comes to warn and punish naughty children. It's the snow-swept Alps the Krampus himself arose. The arrival of the Perchten, Krampus, traditionally marks the start of winter in Tyrol. In Central and Eastern Alpine folklore, St. Nicholas and Krampus bring presents to children who have been good throughout the year. Everyone knows, fürs Schlimme gibt's vom Krampus Strafe. St. Nikolaus belohnt das Brav. The Krampus punishes the wicked, St. Nicholas rewards the good. Krampus would stand in the background, looking menacing and terrifying. He was there to warn me to stay on good behavior the rest of the year. The Teufel, how it was also called in my home, was looking atrocious, covered in fur, with his wooden carved mask, long horns, bells, and chains. On his back, he would carry an empty bag or basket to stuff naughty children in and take them away. Tyrol is where the Krampus dwells. Traditionally, young men dress up as the Krampus in Tyrol, North and East Tyrol being part of Austria and the Tyrolean, an Austrian dialect. A speaking area of Italy, Trentino, Alto Adige, or South Tyrol. Alpine regions of Austria. Southern Bavaria, Germany, Switzerland and Slovenia also know the Krampus. In Italy, also Valcanale in Tarvisio, Ugovica and Malborghetto in Friuli Venezia Giulia, and some areas of Belluno in Veneto reflect Alpine influence with Krampus traditions. Krampus is also found in parts of the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, and Croatia. During the first week of December, particularly on the evening of 5th December, the eve of St. Nicholas Day, Krampus troops roam the streets frightening with rusty chains and bells, or visit houses and inns with St. Nicholas. There are many names for Krampus, as well as different regional variations in portrayal and celebration. As with the distinct dialects and traditional costumes that characterize nearby valley communities, the historic obstacles involved in traversing the Alps focused and had preserved Krampus customs in their highly localized form. This regionalism affects every aspect of Alpine folklore of the Krampus and St. Nicholas. Hand-carved wooden masks, heavy and elaborate dresses made of lamb and goatskin or fur and traditional willow or birch branches, brandished as weapons, are common features. Although he is, officially, the servant of Nicholas during the Krampuslauf, Krampus Night, often the wild hunt can parade through villages and towns without the saint to dictate them. Etymology: Krampus. Krampus is not really an individual's name, but a class of devil. Pronunciation is Krampus. For the curious, since it's often asked, the correct plural for Krampus in German would not be the faux Latinate Krampi, but Krampusse. Krampus is understood to derive from the Middle German Kral.
So when they celebrate, when they celebrate Christmas, they celebrate in Krampus too. What's the same?
Krampus, St. Nicholas. Krampus, St. Nicholas. So probably brothers.
Claw, or from the Bavarian Krampen, referring to something lifeless, dried out, or shriveled, the latter pointing to a connection between the Krampus and the spirits of dead. There are many names for Krampus. In East Tyrol and in older manuscripts, Klaubof is the preferred term. Also, Bartel or Bartel, Niglobartel, and Vubartel are used. Tyroleans may simply refer to him as the Teufel, dialect for devil, and similarly, Teufel, sometimes believing that the devil's name is unlucky to speak aloud. A circumlocution describing rather than naming might be used, like Gangirl or Gangirl, probably from gang or gate. A name which may also derive from the distinctive lope or hopping gait performers adopt. In the Bavarian foothills and the area around Salzburg, Austria, the preferred term is actually Kramperl. Pelzerbock or Pelsnickel is used in southern Germany, and Gumpinkel in Silesia. Hungary, he is Krampus, and in Switzerland, Schmutzli.
It's a demon.
The word Krampus gained wide usage in Switzerland, Schmutzli.
I really like that part right there, to where they just cut it right and dry. It's a demon. There's no way around it. It's a demon. So, Shalom and Merry Christmas to all of you Israelites and to all of you Israelites that are acting like Gentiles. It's a demon. And we've been saying it for years that the Krampus demon has been worshipped throughout centuries. Since Zachariah was a baby on my shoulder, we were doing videos about Krampus being the Christmas demon. It's so disappointing how unzealous and how lackadaisical Yasha Allah's information is when it's being brought out. Like, we are not in the time frame of 1200% satanic worship. Zakaria, how old are you? 9 years old. So 9 years ago, Zakaria was sitting on my shoulders learning this same lesson that we're playing today. All right. It's not a game. And this is one of, listen, Krampus worship is now in America. Over 9 years ago, see, if it's so funny because it's like if you hear it from another spec, I don't know. It's like we all get things at different levels or whatever. But my Amma told me to not stop teaching. So I got to do what my Amma said because that's what we're supposed to do. The reality of it is, over, I don't know how many hundred years ago, you know, this information has been made public to where we're living in a satanic time frame to where all of you friends and family members that are still doing Christmas, you all are open and public Satan worshipers. There is no Merry Christmas. There is no Jesus in Christmas. You are 1200% a Satan worshiper. That tree that you have in your house is Jeremiah chapter 10. Yahweh, God Almighty, tells us don't have these trees. It's ridiculous. Let's get back to this video because as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh. you know, we're going to learn. All right. So let's get back to this. And I want you all to learn too. That's why I've never omitted. Like, I share information. We share what we learn. All right. So disappointed, man. I'm going to tell y'all why I'm disappointed, because there's a lack of really good information and zealous teachers out there. It's such a lack of it. And it's so lame. It's so embarrassing. You know, all right. So let's get back to this real quick. All right. So even if nobody's else ever showed you how to learn or to watch this, let us show you Bible Quashar, because the information is right here. It's fun.
In the late 19th and 20th century with the circulation of Krampus cards, and has only recently returned thanks to reprint and online use. The use of Krampus postcards emerged in Vienna and soon spread to other German-speaking cities through the introduction of the postal card in Austria-Hungary in 1897. People began to send each other red postcards in the weeks leading up to Christmas that depicted the Krampus, often with a short poem, humorous phrases, and the tagline, Gruß vom Krampus, greetings from Krampus. Saint Nicholas, also called Nicholas of...
Gruß von Krampus. Gruß von Krampus. Greetings from Krampus. Gruß von Krampus. Greetings from Krampus. To me, I don't think it's funny to send out nightmare postcards to people and say it's about Christ's birthday. All right, this whole Krampus thing now, the whole thing can't affect and can't touch us, because Yahweh said that, you know, that there's no enchantment that will work against the children of Israel. Okay, so, you know, the witchcraft and stuff that they do, it don't work against us. As long as we believe in Yahweh, believe in his son, and we keep his Torah and stay in his way, the scripture says that his ways will be pleasing, our ways will be pleasing unto him.
Bari, or Nicholas of Myra, is one of the most popular saints commemorated in the Eastern and Western churches. The name derives from Syrian, Soche, Zaka, Zeka, victory. From Greek, Nikolaos, literally victory people. From Nike, victory, and Laos, people. Latin, Nicholas, from French. Nicholas, Saint Nicholas, or the Holy Nicholas, as it's rendered in German, goes by a variety of appellations. Sometimes he's simply the holy man, the good man, or the friend of children. He may also just go by Nicolo, an Austrian dialect rendering of Nicholas. Colloquial Old Nick, the devil, is attested from 1640s, evidently from the proper name, but for no certain reason. Nicholas's existence is not attested by any historical document, so nothing certain is known of his life, except that he was probably Bishop of Myra in the 4th century. Myra is in Anatolia, modern Demre, Turkey. The white-bearded St. Nicholas, dressed in splendid robes and complete with mitre and crozier, enters each house in order to fill the children's shoes with small gifts, or bring presents in red sacks or plates of cookies, candies, nuts, apples, and oranges. St. Nicholas formed the basis for the figure known as Santa Claus, created in the 19th century from Dutch Sinterklaas, the bringer of gifts. St. Nicholas is almost always accompanied by a figure that can be interpreted as a tame devil, blackened and chained, carrying rod and sack. This sinister figure forms a counterpoint to the benevolent and friendly character of St. Nicholas, while one acts as a messenger from heaven. The Krampus is a representative from hell. The children are always rewarded by St. Nicholas, while his evil companion punishes the disobedient. Evil punishes evil, but is in the power of good, namely St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas and Krampus are usually together. The Krampus, or devil, will threaten the naughty and bad children and adults with a rod, or take them away in a big chest on their backs. Despite that, the Krampus is a frightening creature with heavy chains and loud cowbells. He has to obey St. Nicholas. This fact symbolizes the good triumphing over the evil. Krampus, a descendant of ancient Perchten figures, Advent in Tyrol, is not so much the time of silence and reflection. Rather, it is filled with the noise and romp of the Perchten and similar wild figures. Perchten come for the Rauhnächten, rough nights, just before Christmas at the winter solstice on December 21st to January 6th, to drive out the winter and the old year, Belief in demons and magic gave them the power to banish the evil spirits of winter by ringing bells and wearing ghastly masks. Other features of Purchton parades, like beating with rods, have possibly to do with old fertility magic. St. Nicholas is closely associated with demons because he was known as an exorcist. The earliest surviving account of St. Nicholas is a hagiography, the lives of saints, written at some point between 814 and 842 AD by Michael the Archimandrite. There are multiple legends about St. Nicholas defeating and driving out demons. Sections 28 through 30 of the life of St. Nicholas of Myra describe St. Nicholas exorcising the demons that haunted the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. Throughout the rest of the work, the demons banished by St. Nicholas are described as continually trying to cause harm to him and hinder his work to spread the gospel. Near the end of the work, Nicholas is hailed as the most active banisher of demons. The villagers of Placoma asked Nicholas to rid a cypress tree of demons. To do so, Nicholas swung an axe, thereby frightening the demons away. St. Nicholas chopped down that tree, giving the demon no place to dwell. Note, the story comes from Simon the Metaphrast's Life of Nicholas that confused Nicholas of Myra and Nicholas of Sion, blending events of the two saints' lives into one. Through it has passed down into the Nicholas of Myra tradition. The story about St. Nicholas banishing the demons became famous during the Middle Ages. It is likely that this is how he and Krampus first became associated with each other. Another legend of St. Nicholas tells of a time when he was challenged by the devil. Nicholas was traveling along a lonely road between towns as part of the duties of his bishopric. His horse became bogged down in the mud of the road. The devil, seeing an opportunity to get the better of the holy man, appeared before him, demanding that Nicholas turn and flee. Nicholas stood fast and ordered the devil to lead his horse to town in the name of God. This the devil was forced to do, bound by the saint's faith. This explains why Krampus is depicted bound with chains and as a servant of St. Nicholas. The devil, whom St. Nicholas has overcome and gained mastery over, has now become Nicholas's slave, bound to him and bound to obey his words. The house visit. That St. Nicholas visits families and gives children presents is a recent custom. St. Nicholas plays, which used to be performed in farmhouses, are an old Tyrolean tradition. The house visits are geared toward children under 10 or 12, and though older teenagers may slip outdoors to run after the Krampus troops, ideally the whole family, including grandparents, aunts, and uncles, will await the visits. When the troop arrives at the house, St. Nicholas usually enters only with his basket carrier and angels. The Krampuses will wait outside or perhaps come indoors, but remain out of sight in a hallway or behind the saint. Nicholas greets the family, introducing himself with a short poem, sometimes handed down from days gone by, but often written by the performer himself. Here is one, in loose translation, penned by Gastina Patrick Deisel. God's greetings all within this house. I'm friend to all, St. Nicholas. Have no fear, just look at me. No wild stranger here, you see. My coming marks the year's near end. This forest man, my basket tends. Deeds good and bad, we must review. With ringing bells comes Krampus too. What brings him joy brings terror to you. After his rhymed greeting, Nicholas may hand his staff to a chosen child or one of his angels and open his golden book to review what he knows of the children's behavior. He likely has just received a few whispered cues from parents as he enters, or the saint may simply question the children directly, and follow this with a few saintly remarks and encouragements. Now it is time for the children to recite. In the old days, this performance would have involved verses memorized from the Bible or catechism, or sing a hymn, but today more secular material may be used. The children awaiting gifts have been rehearsing for weeks. They recite prayers, poems, or sing songs. As a reward for trials of the house bezoek, immediately after their performance, kids receive a Nicholas sack, Nicholas Zackel, containing assorted treats, typically nuts, apples, mandarin, oranges, figs, dry fruit, candies, and chocolates, sometimes shaped like little Krampuses or Nicolauses. Dried fruits might be added, including the particularly old-fashioned buckhorns, Buxhörndl, a nickname for the vaguely
All right, I'm sorry. I got to speak on this real quick. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, this is terrible and creepy. Okay, this is terrible and creepy. So this is what people used to do. I don't know if you all are really catching this, but this custom came from Turkey, from Switzerland, from Europe. Okay, and let me just run it back just a little bit. Okay, so after so-called Santa Claus or Saint Nicholas would come, what he would do is, this was like a little idol, a statue of Saint Nicholas, right? And this is like a little idol. Does this look like Santa Claus or Saint Nicholas or Krampus?
Krampus.
It looks like Krampus. Look, it's got the pitchfork, right? It's got the chain going around.
The knees are
the knees. Bended. Yeah, the knees are bended. Connie got the hooves, got the horns. So we can see that this was one for Saint Nicholas and one for Krampus. Now, I like analyzing and reviewing things because that's the right precepts I get understanding. So as I'm looking at this, we see as a reward of the trials of the Hasbach, immediately after the performance, kids received a Nicholas sack or Nicholas suckle. Yes, it's like sack in German. So different languages. Teach your children. They speak other languages too. And it says concerning assorted treats, right? So we got a little bag after St. Nicholas would visit the house. Okay. Give us a little St. Nicholas goodie bag. Man. Next year I gotta remember to don't eat the Christmas cookies. I ate the Christmas cookies this year. Don't eat the Christmas cookies. Don't accept the Nicholas suckle. Containing assorted treats. All right, typically nuts, apples, mandarin, oranges, figs, dried fruit, candies, chocolates, sometimes shaped with little Krampuses or Nicolases. So everything has a custom. So when they try to give you like Christmas bags and stuff like that at school, that's what this came from. Okay? So they try to give me a Christmas bag next year. I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, did Krampus visit you? I don't want that. I don't want no Krampus bag. Huh?
Assorted treats, typically nuts.
Yeah, no Krampus bag.
That's what I did at school. I did absolutely the opposite. You're supposed to do like Christmas. So we celebrate Christmas, and I started eating the cookie.
Yeah.
I was like, Christmas cookie. I don't want it. Here, take this.
You know what you can do next time? You can trade it. You can be like, I got a Christmas cookie for candy. I got a Christmas cookie for 2 erasers or for some pencils or $2.
$2.
I like $2. I like what?
Because $2 you can buy something else. Because maybe they don't have something you want, so $2 you can buy the thing you want.
I like the way you think.
Apples, mandarin, oranges, figs, dry fruit, candies, and chocolates, sometimes shaped like little Krampuses or Nikolauses. Dried fruits might be added, including the particularly old-fashioned buckhorns, Buchshörndl, a nickname for the vaguely horn-shaped, sweet-tasting dried pods of the carob tree.
Okay, another thing. I wouldn't, if somebody tried to give me this for candy, I would not want to eat this. Does that look like a tasty, happy treat?
You know what I do with that?
What would you do with it?
Hey, look, I got a little snack. I'm going to eat this later. And like, look, trash can.
You know what? That's very polite of you. And that's also a good way of getting rid of it. The Most High said, have no abomination in thy house, lest thou be an unclean thing like it. So Yahweh don't even want us to have abominations in our house. So this year, I ate the Christmas cookie, and I should not have eaten the Christmas cookie. I can't even be like, it was a good guy. I shouldn't have eaten this. And I thought about it, and then the Most High had shown me scripture, and I was like, oh, man, I was wrong. I ate the Christmas cookie. So next year, we're learning even more to where I would not, if somebody came up to me and was like, would you like a Krampus, pineapple, and prune candy? Do you want some Krampus demon fruit?
Incinerator. Like, oh, yeah, that incinerator.
And the incinerator? Incinerator?
Like, just, how about take it?
You know, I'm Abba, so I'll probably be like, thou shalt have no unclean thing, brother. Don't you get that thing about him? Oh, bro. Ain't nobody eating no Krampus cookies. So yeah, man. This is the origin of where we get the Christmas treats from. Okay, it's all idol worship. It's idol worship.
Which children chew for hours. A related dried fruit creation is the Zwetschgen Krampus, a little figure of the Krampus crafted from prunes. Cookies or Lebkuchen, roughly gingerbread, may also be included and are sometimes baked fresh by the troop itself.
All right, come on, let's hear it. What happened at school?
So we got a little Olaf's in his said, "Do you want to go to Snowman?" I gave that back, saying, "Did this have pork in it?" Yeah, you can have this bag. Also, it was like learning other Christmas in the country. I absolutely really did nothing on it. we
Christmas in other countries? You said I did nothing on it.
and then we went to make Christmas card. I threw that away the second I finished with it.
Amen.
And
you did it, so you got your grade?
It wasn't a part of the grade, just part of the fun. And then they made made cookies, and why is there like Christmas color, green, red, stuff like that? Yeah. It's like, hey, you have this cookie. I'm just leaving.
Yeah.
And then when I got in the classroom, I had nothing on my table.
Good. Amen. That's what's up. All praise. Your table wasn't unclean. Their table was unclean.
My table was clean.
Wait, their table was unclean because they had unclean things on it. Your table was clean because yours was holy because you didn't have no idols on it. All right, let's get back to this. I like that. I like that. You kept yourself set apart.
Small Krampus-shaped breads and cookies are also created by commercial bakers and home.
That was something else I just heard that I wanted to say. It talked about how gingerbread cookies. So that's something else that we didn't know, that gingerbread cookies came from Krampus cookies. Okay.
There are different kind of cookies.
What are different kind of cookies?
Like different kind of cookies we could make. There was different kinds.
Oh, they're really? Yeah. See? And this is what they do to our pitney right now. You know, this is what this is what they do to our pitney right now. You know, they teach them these things right now, but we got to do like Zakaria. You feel me? We got to do better. We got to know better. You see? Let me just get back to this. It's almost over. So we see that gingerbread cookies came from Krampus worship too.
Included, and are sometimes baked fresh by the troop itself. Small Krampus-shaped breads and cookies are also created by commercial bakers and homemakers at this time of year. Each sack typically must be wrapped in a red cellophane and tied with string to which a bit of twig or some representation of the Krampus may be attached. Children who have been naughty are to receive a lump of coal instead of a gift. The coal I got was black, but made of sugar. Traditional figures of the Krampus troop. In most traditional regions of
the family celebrate demons.
Wow, the family that celebrates demons. And you know, they said this is a traditional Krampus picture. So traditional means that this is something they did
all the time.
All the time.
Not supposed to happen. This is in the thing.
This is the end thing that they were doing. So now today, people don't know it. Well, some do because you do. You're how old are you? 9?
9. You're 9
and you know it. But there's some that don't know that this was a regular thing that was done. And then did you see the ones where they had the scary pitney? Like they would be holding the babies and they would be really scaring their babies with the Krampus.
Why do they do that? That's just for the fun of it. Just see the screams.
I think this because I'm be honest. I think it's because
they're drawing the screams like I feel like a tournament. Why do you have to do it? Why is it just traditional? If it's like right. If they like come in your house like, hey, you got any babies? Like,
all right, let's get back to the video. Take care of yourself.
Tyrol, the Krampus troop is called a Krampuspass, or more often just pass. The pass consists mostly of men in their late teens to early 40s. Each pass usually takes the name of a neighborhood, farmstead or family name, geographic feature, mountain, gorge or boulder, a community landmark, inn or brewery, or professional association or other club, volunteer firefighting associations seem common. The Krampus in Alpine folklore. He goes by many names, Klauberf, Krampel or Tweef.
So messed up. That is so weird. They said that this was so normal that the police and the firefighters after
it's Krampus, like what Christmas troop, Krampus troop,
Krampus troop,
troop,
TR,
troop.
Excellent, troop. Go ahead. What are you saying?
The Krampus troop. Is it flammable? Is it bulletproof? Do you have anything protecting you? Why?
Oh, the Krampus suit?
Suit.
Oh, I thought you were saying troop, like a bunch of Krampus men or a Krampus troop, but you were talking about the Krampus suits. Them Krampus suits ain't flammable. Them dudes make those things out of puppies in the backyard.
But look, a little lighter.
And see, and that's ridiculous because they be out there and they be twirling fire and they be playing with, and it's dangerous. It's not healthy. It's not safe what they're doing. But outside from that, you would see, like they said, it's professionals that will be doing this.
Professionals.
Yeah.
So they practice to act like a demon. So where do you go after you die? Do you go to your job?
No. That's a good answer. Probably. And see, you know what's so crazy about that is that when they do die, they're probably going to see the demons that they were imitating. Yeah, that's scary, huh?
And then they think like, hey, it's like costume, just like try to like, hey, can you stick off that mask, please? Like, just like oh.
Yeah. So that's terrible. So they're imitating demons. They're pretending. And see, in the Bible, the Most High, Yahweh, he said that their doctrine is the doctrine of devils. When Yahweh said that we were in trouble in Deuteronomy chapter 32, in Deuteronomy 32, Yahweh said that we was in trouble because we made him jealous because we worshiped the other gods. He said, since you did this, you know, the Most High said, I will cause a foolish nation to come against you. And then the Most High says that their vine is not our vine. Even their vine is of the vine of Sodom and Gomorrah. For their doctrine is of the doctrine of devils. What's up? Was
it when he was on the mountain and they was like worshiping on the bottom of the
it was, you know what? It was after that. That was a good one. It was right when Abut Mashah was about to die. And he was giving us his last speech, the Song of Moses. When he was giving us his last instructions, saying what was about to die, before he's about to die. So that's Deuteronomy chapter, start at 30 and then go up to about 32. And so Mashah telling us. And so they literally have the doctrine of devils. So Krampus worship is the same as Christmas worship. There's no way around it.
Rather than Krampus. No troop would have less than 4 Krampuses. And more typically, the number would hover around 6, though more might easily be present. Based on seniority or other outstanding merit, a Vorteufel, head devil, is usually appointed to be the first to enter and leave homes, and otherwise help Nicholas control his pack. Krampus come in many shapes and sizes. The costume consists of leather boots, a full body suit of leather and fur, leather or fur gloves, and leather belts with giant bells to make noise as the Krampus walks. Most wear also wooden masks, lolling snake-like tongues, with 2 to 4 animal horns. The Krampus attire can weigh up to 30 kilograms or 66 pounds.
Now, according to tradition, Krampus accompanies St. Nicholas on his midwinter rounds with the intent to steal boys and girls, putting them into a basket carried on his back, or he may decide
The attire can weigh up to 30 kilograms or 66 pounds.
Some bad people, man. I ain't even gonna stunt.
They're even making their kids do it.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That was something that you wanted to bring out on this part. I was trying to read this sign because it was kind of hard to see. This little Gentile is so happy.
He's happy for worshiping a demon.
He's happy for worshiping a demon. And right here, his sign says, "I'm the naughty one." Yeah.
It sounds like I want to be naughty. I don't want to be what it's like telling me to do. I'm evil. What's the bottom one?
The bottom one says, see, Yahweh told us not to swear, so I don't want to say it, but it says, I didn't do it. And see, she doesn't.
She's scared and
yeah,
sad.
she don't look happy
because it's dark back in the background, and you can see him just like standing.
Yeah, they're making her do that. That's not cool. She doesn't look happy. It looks like that's not okay, man. That's terrible, man. We shouldn't do that with the Pitney there.
Now, according to
less care if it was grown, like I would be like irritated, like you're grown, how you're not learning stuff from the Bible. But when the kids do it, it's like more of anger than like sadness. Like for the parents, it's like sadness is like that's sad, and then when the kids do it, like two different kind of sad. Like I don't like that.
They don't like that, yeah, kind of.
And then when the kids do it, it's kind of sad.
It is, kind of. That's fair.
Tradition, Krampus accompanies St. Nicholas on his midwinter rounds with the intent to steal boys and girls, putting them into a basket carried on his
back.
Even
even with him, he's kind of like a little bit under Benjamin's age. So even with him, it's like you can tell he doesn't want to, but he's getting old enough to where it's like he's getting used to it.
And they're all different.
Yeah, they're all different. And then look, you see this grown up back here?
She's like, smiling. Yeah, she is like, it's just a fake costume.
Right, because she's used to it. See, she's not innocent no more. But him, he's still innocent, you know. So them Pitney, they really don't be wanting to. And then it's the grown-ups that teach them how to do bad, you know. So
that's why I'm like disgusted of the grown-ups. And sad for the kids.
That makes sense.
Or he may decide to beat them with branches for being naughty. Maurice Bruce published a book on pre-Christian Alpine traditions in 1958, and he had this to say about the half-goat, half-demon entity. There seems to be little doubt as to the true identity for, and no other form is the full regalia of the horn god of the witches, so well preserved. The birch, apart from its phallic significance, may have a connection with the initiation rites of certain witch covens, rites which entailed binding and scourging as a form of mock death. The chains could have been introduced in a Christian they could be a remnant of pagan initiation rites. Many showed the goat man in formal dress and a tuxedo style cutaway formal coat and trousers, but with his usual horned goat face and always with his tongue extended. Now this tongue out pose seems to be popular with ancient gods, whether they're Mayan, Hindu, Babylonian, Egyptian, Greek, or even British. For some reason, the coat of arms from the Prince of Wales supports both a lion and a unicorn with their tongues extended, for instance. More than likely, this tongue position represents sex magic, fornicating with fallen angels.
As we peel back the layers of this chilling historical narrative, we are reminded that the hidden boundary between myth and reality can blur, especially during the darkest nights of winter. The legend of Krampus serves as a historical admonition, a historical reminder that the holiday season is not merely about festivities, but also about mysterious entities that may have walked the earth in ages past and who still may be active to this very day. I want to thank you all for watching this video, and until next time, God bless you all.
All right.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. So
evil and mean to children.
Evil and mean to children.
I thought there was like gonna be like on Christmas, some like fake stuff's gonna pop.
Nope.
And then we got like devils and then kids being scared, grabbed by their head. The last one was like he's
yeah.
by the beanie.
And with that,
Beanies.
Beanies.
I said beanie in mid. You said and
weenies. So with that being said, man, be a part of what's right. Don't do what's wrong. We don't support saying Merry Christmas and stuff like that because the Most High showed us what's true. And Saturnalia, the Feast of Bacchus, the Krampus information is becoming more public. So be honest and tell the truth. All right. Love your neighbor as yourself. All right. With that, Merry Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll just mess with y'all. I'll just mess.
Shalom.
Shalom. Not Merry Christmas. Shalom.
That's the wrong.
I know. I got everybody though.